Okay. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to FIBA on the 17 Central Basketball Championship from Belize City, Belize. This afternoon, it's Costa Rica versus El Salvador inside the Civic Center on day 3. This, like I mentioned today, is day 3 of the FIBA Central Basketball Championship. Our lineup for this afternoon will be none other than Costa Rica versus El Salvador. We have an 8 minutes wait time until then. So guys, get ready. Both teams are coming off losses, so definitely we'll have a winner at the moment. They are introducing the teams, and we'll give Mr. Morgan a chance to do so.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the members of the El Salvador team. Wearing number 2, Rios, number 5, Rodriguez, number 6, Tovar, number 7, Tovar, number 8, Estrada, number 9, Benavides, number 14, Rivera, number 15, Serrano, number 19, Ayala, number 23, Gonzalez, number 24, La Renata, and number 26 is Ciprian. They are coached by Antonio Escalante and Antonio Eduardo, assisted by Mejia Garcia. On the other side of the court, we have their opponent's team, Costa Rica, whose introductions we bring to you now. Wearing 0, Fonseca, number 4, Cedeno, 11, Hernandez, number 12, Cedeno, number 13, Chillon, 14 is Hasco, 16, Franklin, 17, Cordova, 20, Quiroz, 24, Horace, 35, Brisky, and number 55 is Johnson. They are coached by Coach Marin Vargas and Fabian Eduardo, assisted by Arroya Acuña. At this time, we ask all to please rise as we play the national anthems of both El Salvador and Costa Rica. Could you please rise for the national anthem, El Himno Nacional de El Salvador. Thank you. We ask that you remain standing as we now play the national anthem, El Himno Nacional de Costa Rica. captain of both our teams. A round of applause for both teams as the teams will now greet each other in the spirit of sportsmanship and brotherhood. Our officials for this afternoon's contest, the game 1 of day 3 in our 2023 Central Basket Championships. Our crew chief is Jose de Maria Gomez from Panama, assisted by Wilmore of the Bahamas and Pinelo of Belize. Those are our officials for this afternoon's contest. We now have our players on the floor for a final one, but then we have tip-off the announcement of the starting files at the beginning of our game. We remind you, of course, to follow us on social media at NextGenHoops and share all your photos of the games using hashtag Centrobasket U17. First day of today's 4-game schedule. This one, of course, between El Salvador and Costa Rica, getting ready to tip off. And again, we urge you to share all the photos, get it on social media, let everybody see what's happening inside Centrobasket 2023.
We're back with the game day 3, game number 1 for today, Friday, July 28, 2023, and we have the battle between Costa Rica and El Salvador. Both teams coming off losses, so definitely somebody will walk away with a W today. From both teams, we have in the Costa Rican team, on the Costa Rican team, we have Joshan Johnson, who has been their top performer for Costa Rica, and Emmanuel Chiong. These two logged most minutes, however, they were not enough to defeat the past two teams. They played Mexico yesterday, day 2, and they lost that game as well. We're about to tip off. The guys are getting ready. They will announce the starting 5 shortly. On the screen, it will be displayed. Like they mentioned, you can follow us at FIBA. And here's the starting 5. We have Aaron Cededino, Emmanuel Chiong, Alejandro Cordoba, Javier Porras, and Joshan Johnson would be our starting 5 for Costa Rica. Thank you.
And we thank you for being present, and of course we urge you, yes, to show appreciation for the players who will be participating. We are now about to name the starting lineup for both teams today, starting with El Salvador. The captain, wearing number 5, is E. Rodriguez. He is also joined by number 7, G. Tobar, number 9, Benavides, number 16, Serrano.
And that's the starting 5 for El Salvador: Eric Rodriguez, Gabriel Tobar, Frederick Benavides, Andres Serrano, and Caden Cibrian. Game number 1 is on the way for the Under-17 Central Basketball Championship inside the Civic Center in Belize City, Belize, 2023. All right, the game is about to tip off. Joshan from Costa Rica wins the tip. However, El Salvador comes up with the ball. For Costa Rica, Cibrian takes the first shot and airballs it. Emmanuel Chiong with the defensive rebound. Here comes Costa Rica. Pass inside to Joshan with Johnson with the first shot of the night. And right back here comes El Salvador trying to get the points on the board. A foul down below on Joshan Johnson. Joshan Johnson is Costa Rica's top performer. Ball goes to Costa Rica. Offensive foul on El Salvador, that was. Good defense by El Salvador. Eric Rodriguez almost came up with the steal. A nice layup by none other than Cordoba. And right back here comes El Salvador. Controlling the pill is Eric Rodriguez, team captain. And Fedric Benavides loses the ball. A travel by Porras. The ball goes right back to El Salvador. El Salvador is yet to get on the board. Costa Rica, 2 shots. One by Johnson and one by Cordoba. And right back, Emmanuel Chiong with the ball. Emmanuel has been outstanding. He's one of the top 5 scorers for the entire season so far. Cordoba with more points. So Costa Rica up by 6. El Salvador still yet to score in the first at the 7:30 mark. Shot by Tobar, misses. Benavides with the rebound. And here comes Benavides looking for Cordoba. Back to Benavides, ball stolen, however, foul on the number 7, Gabriel Tobar. Ball inbounded by Johnson. Johnson to Cordoba. Ball deflected. Oh, stolen by El Salvador. Here comes Cibrian to Tobar. Tobar with the shot, but was not able to get it to the rim. Good defense by Costa Rica. A turnover by El Salvador. The referee says it's Costa Rica's ball. Cordoba is point guard for Costa Rica. Oh, another foul on El Salvador. Ball remains for Costa Rica. Inbounding the ball is number 24, Porras, for El Salvador. I'm sorry, for Costa Rica. Stolen by El Salvador, and here comes El Salvador trying to get on the board. No good. Ball saved by Johnson. Stolen right back by El Salvador. Cibrian. Cibrian to Rodriguez. Foul on Benavides. Rivera. That's the third foul. Second foul on Costa Rica, sorry. Cibrian will try a three. He misses. Emmanuel Triong with the rebound. Good hustle defense by none other than Diego Rivera. But he was unsuccessful trying to get points on the board. Here comes Cordoba going straight to the rim. Rebound by Serrano. Team captain Eric Rodriguez brings up the ball. Ball deflected by Chiong. Here comes Chiong to the rim. More points for Costa Rica. And that's it. The coach for El Salvador needs a timeout. At the 5:33 mark for the first quarter, here Costa Rica leads El Salvador 8-0. This is game 1 of day 3. For all past statistics, you can go to FIBA.basketball to go and get past results for all the games played between Wednesday and today. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the game, both teams are coming off 2 difficult losses. So somebody's looking for a win today. Somebody will walk out with a win today between these 2 teams, Costa Rica and El Salvador. The star for El Salvador has been Andres Serrano, leading in points, rebounds, and Eric Rodriguez leading in assists. For Costa Rica, it's Joshan Johnson who leads in points and rebounds. For Costa Rica, Costa Rica struggles with the ball. Here comes Porras, gonna try a three. And he hits. Puts Costa Rica up 11-0. Salvador has yet to score at the midpoint of the first quarter. Cibrian tries, but is fouled. Now he will go to the line. We have another listing of another 4 games for you today. Costa Rica and El Salvador is the first of 4 games for today. I will get the list of the other games shortly, and I'll let you know the other 3 games that we'll be playing tonight. My hometown, Belize, won once again last night. And Cibrian puts El Salvador on the board, hitting his 2 free throws. Here comes Cordoba for Costa Rica. And steal by Cibrian. Oh. They managed to maintain the ball. Cibrian controls. Right back. Here comes Costa Rica. Benavides lays up the ball, in and out. Eric Rodriguez. Cibrian tries a shot, tries again, no good. Porras with the rebound. Outlet to Cordoba. Cordoba passes out to Benavides. Looking for Porras. Porras finds Cordoba. Emmanuel Chiong. Nice pass to Johnson, but unsuccessful with the shot attempt. Deflection by Cedino. All right, our next 3 games will be Mexico versus Dominican Republic, Jamaica versus Panama, and Belize versus Puerto Rico. The big game everybody is talking about in Belize. For right now, we're focused on Costa Rica versus El Salvador, FIBA's U17 Championship, Centrobasket Championship, live from the Civic Center in Belize City, Belize, and Rivera hits a 3, cutting the lead down to 6 now. And here comes Costa Rica trying to push that lead up more. Cordoba looking for someone, finds Fonseca. Fonseca puts his head down, goes up, lays it, no good, but Johnson is right there for the putback. Eric Rodriguez mans the ball, finds a cutting Tobar, who's unsuccessful at the rim. Foul on El Salvador. Juan Fonseca. Yesterday, if you were watching the Costa Rican game, Juan Fonseca was resilient as well, trying his best to keep his team in the game, doing everything. Great young players all over throughout this tournament on all teams. Emmanuel Chiong, one of top 5 scorers, and as I speak, Emmanuel put points on the board, pushing it to 15 for Costa Rica. Now Costa Rica leads by 10, with El Salvador with 5 points on the board. Here comes Emmanuel again, and he is fouled at the rim, shooting 2. That's 4 fouls on El Salvador. 1 more, and they are going to be in the penalty. Emmanuel Chiong hits the first shot of 2. And he misses the second. Here's El Salvador. Rodriguez to Rios. Rodriguez trying to find an open man. Rios puts his head down. Also looks for the open container. Shot clock violation on El Salvador. Another turnover by El Salvador. Both teams with 6 turnovers so far. Here comes Fonseca. Fonseca goes to the rim and is fouled at the rim. Less than 2 minutes into the first quarter as Costa Rica and El Salvador go head-to-head on day 3, game 1 for the U17 Central Basketball Championship. Remember, you can share your photos with the hashtag #CentralBasketball U17. Follow us at FIBA, FIBA on social media. Guys can also follow us at NextGen Hoops and hashtag your photos with CentralBasketball U17. Not a steal by Costa Rica. Out of bounds, Costa Rica's ball. Costa Rica currently leads by 13 points. Costa Rica is the team in white. El Salvador is the team in blue. Cordoba finds a cutting Emmanuel, who is a foul going to the rim. No, no, no. Reverse it is a charge on Chiong. Give El Salvador a chance to go to get more points. Sorry, giving El Salvador chances to catch up to the guys leading. Here comes El Salvador.
Two shots.
Number 14 for El Salvador, Diego Rivera. Diego Rivera goes to the line to shoot two. Makes it 6 for El Salvador. Rivera misses the second. El Salvador came jump ball for ball will go for Costa Rica. Cordoba brings up the ball. Looking for cutting Fonseca. Fonseca is trying to find Johnson. Cordoba puts his head down, goes to the rim once again. Johnson with another rebound and strong to the rim, giving his team a chance to get 3 points on that play. 41.7 seconds left in the first quarter. Costa Rica versus El Salvador. Johnson misses the free throw. And here comes El Salvador, down by 14. Cibrian finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez moves the ball around. Rivera uses the screen. Rodriguez tries a three. Not good. Rebound El Salvador. Second chance opportunity. Not good. Stolen by Fonseca. Cordoba misses, but none other than Roy Quiros with the tip back in. And that will do it for our first quarter of this U17 Central Basketball Championship for FIBA Basketball, live from Belize City, Belize.
And share your photos using hashtag Centrobasket U17. First quarter of Game 1 inside Day 3 of the 2023 Central Basket Championships is in the books. 22-6 is the score. We've got your second quarter coming right up.
start the second quarter. The ball will be inbounded by El Salvador. El Salvador is the team in blue. I have some discrepancy with the shot clock or the game clock. Here comes El Salvador. Costa Rica, the team in white, leads by 16 points. Joshan with another strong rebound. That's 8 rebounds for Joshan. Johnson. Cordoba brings up the ball, looking for his teammates, finds Fonseca. Fonseca finds Hernandez. Hernandez finds Quiros. Quiros back to Fonseca. Fonseca drives to the rim. Travel. Good defensive play by El Salvador. Now here comes El Salvador trying to get back in this game. Down by 16. The energy of the bench of Costa Rica is very motivating for the team. Have them up by 16. Diego Rivera inbounds to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trapped in the corner. Here comes Cibrian, tries a three. No good for Cibrian. Ball goes back to Costa Rica. Hernandez and Cordoba brings up the ball for the Costa Rican team. Finds a cutting Fonseca. Fonseca finds Hernandez. Hernandez tries to make an inside pass. It was deflected, and a strong move by the El Salvadorian. Diego Rivera misses. Cibrian misses the layup. And the ball goes right back to Costa Rica. Here comes Cordoba with the moves. Passes to Quiros. Quiros to Hernandez. Hernandez with the jumper. No good. Rebound. Eric Rodriguez. Diego tries to lay it in, but good move by Quiros. Roy Quiros with more points on the board. Pushes the lead to 18 for Costa Rica. Johnson with another rebound. And here comes Cordoba. Must be nice to be on the other side of the fence for this one. For the Costa Rican team, who has suffered 2 tough losses. Actually, the 2 teams are coming off 2 tough losses. So we're certain that we'll definitely get the winner from today's game. 7-18 for the second quarter. Costa Rica versus El Salvador. FIBA Centrobasket U17 Championship. Live from the Civic Center in Belize City, Belize. Just a reminder, again, we have more games this afternoon. Rush tries another. Fonseca tries to save it, but turns the ball over to El Salvador. Another turnover by El Salvador, giving back the ball right back to Costa Rica. Hasbam will inbound the ball to Cordoba. Hasbam put the blow-up ball on the floor, passes to Cordoba. Cordoba drives in. Finds Roy Quiros in the middle. Quiros with another mid-range shot. Pushing the lead to 20 for Costa Rica. Tobar, 2 points for Tobar. Gabriel Tobar. And the Costa Rican Cordoba brings up the ball. Finds Roy Quiros. Finding Hasbam. Hasbam passes to Fonseca. Fonseca thinks about it, passes back to Cordoba. 4 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1. Rebound. Rios. Rios finds a. Tobar misses the jump shot. Rebounded by Fonseca, and here's Cordoba. Right past the defenders for the El Salvador team. Pushing the lead up back to 20 as we approach the midpoint of the second quarter. Jump shot no good for the El Salvador team by Gabriel Tobar. Fonseca controls, passes to Cordoba. Cordoba looks for Johnson. Ball stolen. Outletted to Diego Rivera, who gets his 6th point for the night and cuts the lead to 18. Hasbam spins, goes to the paint, passes to Quiros. Cordoba fakes, and foul down low below. There's a change for Fonseca, and here comes Emmanuel Cheong. Also a change for El Salvador. Estrada enters the game. Cordoba at the line. He misses the first of 2. 4:20 left in the second quarter. 28-10. Costa Rica, El Salvador. Cordoba hits his 2nd free throw and has a seat. Here comes Nicolas Rios with the ball. Finds Larrañaga. Larrañaga back to Rios. Larrañaga tries to lay it up. No good off the backboard. Emmanuel brings the ball. Johnson could not hold on to it. Costa Rica recovers. Hasbam will try a 3. No good. Rebound by El Salvador. Foul on Costa Rica. Right, remember we have more games this afternoon. In the second game we have Mexico versus Dominican Republic, Jamaica versus Panama, And the last game for the day will be Belize versus Puerto Rico, as El Salvador gets another tool. Scored by Gabriel Tobar. Chiang finds Hasbam. Hasbam will try a three. No good. Eric Larinaga with the rebound. Gabriel Tobar is going to inbound to Eric Larinaga. Larinaga finds Estrada. Estrada back to Larinaga. Rios is going to try a three. No good. Rebound. Taken by Costa Rica. No, there is a foul. And Gabriel Tobar will go to the line. Out of bounds. And here comes Rios. Rios trying to find a man. Finds Estrada. Estrada finds Larinaga. Larinaga takes a jump shot. No good. Costa Rica. Sediano. Aaron was unsuccessful down below, and here comes El Salvador spinning off the backboard. No good. Jump ball off the rebound. El Salvador brings up the ball. Larinaga to Rios. Rios finds Estrada. Estrada tries a three and hit, giving El Salvador 15. Trying to dig themselves out of this hole. The lead is down to 14. Costa Rica 29, El Salvador 15. 1:28 to go in the second quarter, and comes right back and hit the Costa Rican. Zeredino. Blue. Stolen by Chiong, and here comes Chiong easily in for Costa Rica. Rios tries a three, no good. Rebound Costa Rica. Costa Rica will go to the line shooting two. Ariel Franklin. So on the floor for Costa Rica, playing in white, we have Rafael Ceredino, Ariel Ceredino, Emmanuel Chiong, Ariel Franklin, and Andres Hasbam. El Salvador is the team in blue. On the floor for El Salvador is Mauricio Estrada, Nicolas Rios, Diego Rivera, Andres Serrano, and Gabriel Tobar. Less than 35 seconds in the second quarter. The first half is about to commence. And the Costa Rican team is in control with 18 points over El Salvador. Here comes El Salvador trying to make something happen. And there's a foul down below on the floor. Ref says foul on the floor. Diego finds Rios. Rios drives in. Rios finds Estrada. Another foul. Sending Estrada to the line. Sirac is up. Costa Rica is over the limit. He misses 1 of 2. And he sinks the second, makes it 4 points for Estrada. And here comes Cededino. That's Rafael. Hasbom tries the final shot, but was unsuccessful. And that's the halftime buzzer there. Costa Rica 33, El Salvador 16. The FIBA U17 Centrobasket Championship. As you can see the stats on the board, 50% of the shots Costa Rica has been knocking down, leading in rebounds. It's none other than Costa Rica, with Johnson already looking for a double-double in the first. We have Chiong, lead scorer, and Rivera, lead scorer for El Salvador. We'll be back with you guys shortly. All right, guys, we're back with the FIBA U17 Centrobasket Championship from Belize City, Belize, live inside the Civic Center. We're getting gear up to kick off the second half of this matchup between Costa Rica and El Salvador. Costa Rica in white and El Salvador in blue. Costa Rica 33 points, El Salvador 16. And here goes the third quarter. Fake by Rios. Rios tries a shot. Rebound by Fonseca. And here comes Costa Rica. If you missed the first half, Costa Rica was dominant throughout the entire first half. Dominating inside, finishing most of their shots under the rim. El Salvador is 2 for 9 from the three-point line and has only hit about 5 for 32, less than 16% of their shot from the two-point range. So definitely El Salvador needs to work on better shot selections and find the hot hands and try to work the defense to swing in a way to create offense for them, El Salvador. To me, they just need to take more open shots. Another forced ball, foul on Costa Rica. At the line, Andres Serrano for El Salvador. Currently on the court, we have Nicolas Rios, Diego Rivera, team captain Eric Rodriguez, Andres Serrano, and number 7, Gabriel Tobar. Serrano hits the free throw, put El Salvador at 18 points. Costa Rica, 35. Cedinio tries to, Johnson comes up with the ball, another easy lane. 8 points for Joshan Johnson, who has been dominating the defensive rebound. Here comes El Salvador trying to make something happen. Almost lost it. Rodriguez fakes, goes up and one. That's what they need. This is what El Salvador needs to climb back into this game. Fakes the defender, goes under. Cedinio tried to box out Tobar, but was unsuccessful, and El Salvador back with the ball. Here goes miss opportunity for the El Salvador team. A shot clock violation, another turnover for El Salvador. El Salvador is down by 17 points. Costa Rica leads by 17. Manuel Chiang with the ball. And here comes Cordoba with the miss. Cedinio misses. Fonseca misses. Joshan cannot get the rebound. And here comes El Salvador with another 2 points. Easy lane for El Salvador. Aaron Cedinio. Travel. And now the El Salvador bench is starting to get into it. Coach is telling them hype, get hype, so your boys know that we're here. 7 minutes left in the third quarter of this matchup between Costa Rica and El Salvador. Rios tries another three, in and out. Johnson with another big rebound. And here comes Cordoba. Emmanuel Chiang is calling for the ball. Almost stolen by the El Salvadorian Diego Rivera, who is also the lead scorer for El Salvador so far this afternoon. Emmanuel tries to throw it off Diego, but almost lost it, and he's right back with the ball. Here comes Emmanuel. El Salvador crowds Johnson. That's the kind of grit you need to see from your team when you're down in the hole and trying to get back. The lead has been cut to 15. El Salvador 22 and Costa Rica 37. U17 Centrobasket Championship Day 3. And here comes Johnson with more points on the board for Costa Rica, pushing the lead back up to 17. Johnson now with a double-double. Rios puts his head down, tries to find a man inside, stolen by Emmanuel Chiang. That's the 7th steal for Emmanuel. The defense has been superb for the first 2 quarters for Costa Rica, not allowing El Salvador to get up much shots, and when they did, they disrupted every time. Diego back to Rodriguez, Rodriguez to Rios. Rios fix, ooh. And he throws the ball out of bounds, looking for El Salvador coach Eduardo Antonio. Here comes Cordoba finding Fonseca. Sedenius talking, telling them get out of the paint. He goes, puts the ball down, goes up, tries the mid-range. Emmanuel with another steal for Costa Rica, but he turns the ball over right away. And here comes Rios. Rivera back to Rios. Rios will try another three, in and out. Rebound, El Salvador. Serrano. Ooh. Tobar tries to put the ball up, but it wedges between the rim and the backboards. It's going to be a ball for El Salvador. Rivera will inbound. Tobar tries to lay it up, misses. Serrano with the rebound. Serrano with the putback. 2 points for El Salvador, cutting the lead to 15. Cordoba with the ball. Cordoba looking for Emmanuel Chiang. Can't find, finds Fonseca, but the ball is once again stolen by El Salvador. Rios, they find Rios. Rios with the easy lane and one. Rios with his first 2 points. Chance to make it 3 points. .410 to go. Costa Rica 39. El Salvador 27. Nicolas Rios with his first 3 points. El Salvador is trying to make this a game between the battle between Costa Rica and El Salvador. Once again, remember you guys have more games this afternoon. Followed by this game, we have Mexico and the Dominican Republic. At 6:30, we have Jamaica versus Panama, and at 8:30, it's Belize versus Puerto Rico. Two undefeated teams. That will be the challenge for Belize. That's the game to come and see. So all you Belizean fans listening out there, find yourself to the Civic Center. Even the games between the other countries are very entertaining. These young men deserve your support. So for your country and for the other teams, find yourself to the Civic Center in Belize City. This is game 1 for day 3 of the Under-17 Centrobasket Championship, FIBA basketball. Remember, you can follow us at FIBA and share your photos with the hashtag Centrobasket U17. With 4:10 to go, ball is back on the court. Here comes Cordoba finding Emmanuel Chiong. Chiong once again has his ball stolen. Pass to Rivera, easy lane for Rivera. And El Salvador seems to find their mojo and trying to get back in this game. The lead is now down to 10. Once was up by 22 points. Blocking foul on El Salvador. Cordoba's gonna inbound the ball for Costa Rica. He finds Aaron Cedinio. Fonseca tries to find Johnson, back to Fonseca. Fonseca puts the ball on the floor. Ball to the side for Costa Rica. Cordoba's looking for a man, finds Fonseca again. Fonseca looks around, finds back Cordoba. Cordoba puts his head down, drives the ball, shoots the mid-range, misses. El Salvador comes up with the rebound, passes to Rios. Rios takes his time. Deflected by Cordoba. So brother Alfonso Tobar is in for Gabriel Tobar. Eric Rodriguez finds Rios. Rios back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Rivera. Rivera cuts the defenders. Passes to Tobar. Tobar could not finish. Cedinio with the rebound to Emmanuel Chiong. Back to Cordoba. And here comes Cordoba in control. Finds Fonseca. Fonseca back to Cordoba. He fakes, put his head down, drives to the rim. And it's foul in the paint. He will be shooting too. So Cordoba back to the line after a strong move to the rim. Costa Rica in full white and El Salvador in the blue. Costa Rica 39 points, El Salvador 29. Cordoba pushes it to 40. In the third quarter, 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. You can find us on YouTube. Follow the games, all the FIBA games on the 17 on the YouTube channel. Here comes El Salvador. Cibrian back in the game. Rios fakes. Passes inside. The lane is not good. Costa Rica comes up with the rebound. Here comes Cordoba. Cordoba slows his dribble. Fonseca's trying to find Cedinio. Aaron Cedinio makes the perfect move and lays it in off the backboards to push the lead. Costa Rica with 42 points, almost stolen by Cordoba. Rios looking for Cibrian. Cibrian finds the open Diego. Diego loses the ball to Emmanuel Chiong. Emmanuel Chiong falls and get the shot. I mentioned at the beginning of the game, Emmanuel Chiong played impressive basketball yesterday, and he has been the top scorer for the Costa Rican team alongside Joshan Johnson. On the defensive end, Emmanuel has been outstanding today. Close to 9 steals. Joshan is the only person that leads him in points on his roster with 10 points. He can tie it right now. He does just that. Emmanuel Chiong, the guy to watch for Costa Rica. El Salvador is trying to come back in the game. Started off with a burst of energy for the third quarter. We have a minute and 43 seconds left in this matchup between Costa Rica and El Salvador. Costa Rica 45, El Salvador 29. Top scorers Rivera, Serrano, and Tobar for El Salvador. Top scorers for Costa Rica is none other than Emmanuel Chiong, Joshad Johnson, and Alejandro Cordoba. Johnson continues to be outstanding on the boards. 14 boards, 10 points for Joshan Johnson of the Costa Rica team. Game coming up this afternoon, that's Mexico versus Dominica. I'll be right here bringing you guys live broadcast for that as well. After that, you're gonna have Jamaica and Panama, and Belize and Puerto Rico. Rios finally successful from behind the arc. Rios 6 points, bringing down the lead to 13. Costa Rica, Cordoba looks around, find Fonseca. Whistle down below. And it's an offensive foul. Against Cedinio, number 12. Rios shoots the technical. Makes it 33 for El Salvador. Costa Rica 45. Costa Rica is over the limit. This is day 3, game 1. If you miss games on Wednesday and Thursday, you can go back and get all past information, stats on the FIBA basketball website. El Salvador comes up with another steal, trying to get in this one. Rios is feeling it, finding the hot hands. Nicolas Rios brings it back down to 10 with his 7th point for the night. Aaron Cedinio tries to back down the defender and was fouled. Aaron Cedinio at the line, number 12 for Costa Rica. Quiros is being lined up to enter the game. Cedinio at the line, Aaron Cedinio for the first free throw, and he sinks the first. He sinks them both. Aaron Cedinio sinks both free throws. And for El Salvador, Cibrian brings up the ball, finds Rios the hot hands. Rios is looking around. Rios to Rivera. Rivera finds an inside Tobar for the easy lane. Emmanuel Chiong comes straight back at the defenders and is fouled. El Salvador fighting to stay in this one. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Costa Rica 47 and El Salvador 37. Up by 10. Emmanuel Chiong for Costa Rica is at the line. Chiong misses 1 of 2. And he hits the second, pushing the lead back to 11. 11.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here comes Cibrian. Cibrian finds Rios. Rios back to Cibrian. Block by none other than Fonseca. He tries to heave it up. Half court, and that will do it for the third quarter for us. And that's the score, 48 for Costa Rica, 37 for El Salvador. Costa Rica up by 11. Nicolas Rios was starting to heat up, trying to cut into the lead of the Costa Rica team. But with the work of Emmanuel and Joshan Johnson and that guy right there, Mr. Juan Fonseca, it's gonna be a tough task for El Salvador to try to climb back. But Rios, Rivera, and Tobar are trying to get their guys rallied up and get them back into this game. Let's see what the fourth quarter holds for El Salvador and Costa Rica.
game here on day 3 of the 2023 Centrobasket U17 Championships. And we have Costa Rica and El Salvador in combat. And our next game coming up directly after this one features Mexico and the
As the guys make it back to the court, this is the final stretch for this matchup between Costa Rica and El Salvador. Both teams looking for their first W for this tournament, the Under-17 Central Basketball Championship by FIBA. Remember, we have another game after this as well, so stay tuned, guys. Dominican Republic versus Mexico. Rios, hot hands, tries another shot, but misses. Rivera with the rebound. Tries to find Tabar. Fonseca comes up with it. Cordoba gets back the ball and is in control. Troy Brishka. That's how they told me to pronounce the name. Troy Brishka with his first 3 points for the night. Pushing the lead up for Costa Rica. Rivera finds Rios. Rios tries another shot, misses. Rebound goes to Costa Rica. Here comes Fonseca. Fonseca tries to find Troy Brishka. Right through the hands of Troy Brishka, sending it back to El Salvador. El Salvador in the paint. Tabar, oh, second time for the El Salvador team. The wedge between the rim and the backboard. The last time it went the other way, so now it's going to stay for El Salvador. El Salvador remains with the ball. On the floor for El Salvador right now, we have number 14, Diego Rivera, number 5, Eric Rodriguez, number 26, Caden Cibrian, Alfonso Tabar, and Gabriel Tabar. Gabriel Tabar with the ball. Tries to lay it off the backboard, unsuccessful. Cordoba passes to Fonseca. Fonseca Euro steps around the defender. Fonseca gets it right back. Pass to Roy Quiroz. And Roy fouls Tabar. Here comes El Salvador. Eric Rodriguez, team captain, back in the game for El Salvador. He passes to Tabar. Tabar finds Caden Cibrian. Offensive foul on El Salvador. The ball goes back to Costa Rica. This guy, Fonseca, he does everything on the defensive end, offensive point. I like his game. All right, here comes Fonseca. Try to get a screen from number 16, Ariel Franklin, but turns over the ball to El Salvador. Tabar on the top of the key finds Eric Rodriguez. Rodriguez almost got it stolen. He finds Tabar quickly. Ball on the side. Foul on number 16, Ariel Franklin. of Costa Rica. So Cheong right back in the game for Franklin. Cibrian inbounds the ball to Tabar. Tabar finds Rodriguez. Cibrian will try a three. In and out. Rebound by Troy Riska. And here comes Cordoba. Ball slipped out of the hands of Roy Quiroz, and a foul on Juan Fonseca. Rivera will inbound the ball. Rivera, top scorer for El Salvador with 10 points. Tabar finds his brother Gabriel. Ooh, three-pointer. Brings down the lead to, and right back, Troy Brisket with a three, pushing back the lead to 14. Costa Rica 54, El Salvador 40. Costa Rica comfortably in control in front with 14 points in the fourth quarter, 6 minutes to go. Let's see if El Salvador has what it takes to come back in this game. Out of bounds, El Salvador ball goes back to Costa Rica. And here comes Cordoba. Alejandra Cordoba with the beautiful lay-in. Costa Rica 56, El Salvador 40. For those just tuning in, Costa Rica is in full white, El Salvador full blue. Costa Rica 56, El Salvador 40. We have 5:30 left in the first game for day 3. Want to catch up on any games, stats, who's the leading scorer, top scorers for the tournament. You can go and check it at FIBA.basketball. This is the Under-17 Centrobasket Championship, FIBA basketball, live from Belize, City Belize, inside the Great Civic Center. If you're a basketball fan and you're not here, I don't know where you are.
U17 championships.
Timeout, El Salvador. Coach Antonio trying to rally his boys back into this one. He started off the third quarter very hot. Nicolas Rios with the hot hands, 7 straight points. And seems to have went cold in. El Salvador top scorers. Diego Rivera, Caden Cibrian, and Nicolas Rios. Inbounding the ball, Rodriguez having words with Cibrian. Cibrian to Estrada. Cibrian finds a cutting Diego. Diego finds Estrada. Estrada with this tree. Mauricio Estrada. Fonseca puts his head down. Wow! And what a lane by Fonseca. What I tell you about this guy. He's fun to watch. He's all over the place offensively. He goes in strong to the basket. Defensively, he's sharp as well. Juan Fonseca for Costa Rica at the line. Sinks the free throw and makes it a 3-point play. Seven points for young Fonseca. And a charge is called on. Offensive foul is called against El Salvador. It will be Costa Rica's ball. Hernandez is in for Troy Brisca. Cordoba, point guard for Costa Rica, brings the ball up slowly. Trying to drain some of that time. Finds Quiroz. Quiroz finds Emmanuel Chiong. Chiong, mid-range is pure. Platao. Emmanuel Chiong. And Emmanuel Chiong comes up with his 10th steal of the evening. And another deuce. Easy lane. Up by 22. 4:05 to go in the fourth quarter. And El Salvador was trying to show some kind of fight beginning of the third, but now it seems to be slipping away. Fonseca finds Quiroz. Travel by Quiroz. Sends the ball right back to El Salvador. The turnovers has been almost identical, 23 to 22. However, Costa Rica has been efficient from inside the paint all night with great shot selections by Emmanuel Chiong and easy baskets from Joshan Johnson. Another 3 ball for El Salvador it has his name listed as Estrada, but his jersey seems to be saying something else. Foul on Costa Rica. Air ball, rebound by Johnson. Johnson has dominated the defensive boards all night. Cordoba has been brilliant in controlling the offense for Costa Rica. And here comes Hernandez, misses the shot. Diego runs, fakes. Ooh, misses the lane. Finds Rios. Number 8 listed as Estrada, but his jersey says Verdano. Not sure where the mix-up is, but Chiong is holding the ball, approaching the 2 minutes mark. Chiong drives to the rim, misses, however, gets another steal. Finds Cordoba. He goes, put the ball on the floor, travel. Here comes Cibrian. for El Salvador. He finds Rios. Rivera puts the ball down. Rios will try another three. He hits again. Rios with his second three for the night. Nicolas Rios with 12 points. Lead scorer now for El Salvador. Johnson finds Emmanuel inside by himself. Add 2 more points to his team score and also to his stat sheet. Easy lane, left-hand lane for Emmanuel Chiong. El Salvador passes the ball around. Finds Rios. Rios is trapped in the corner. He tries to pass the ball. Ball stolen. Deflected by Johnson and stolen by Chiong. Chiong tries to pass inside to Juan Fonseca, but the ball is deflected by number 8. Calling the young man Estrada for, that's the listing I have here, but his jersey says Verdano or a different name. We're under the minute mark. Very last stretch. Costa Rica is seeing the light. El Salvador sadly will take another L for today in this tournament. Ooh, Fonseca with the tough lane pushes the lead to 20. 25 to go on the game clock. Cibrian controls, passes to Rivera. Rivera thinks about it. Finds Rios for another three, and he hits. Might be too late for Rios to be getting hot, but that's 15 points for young Nicolas Rios from El Salvador, who is now our top scorer for the El Salvador team, and Cordoba will dribble the ball out. And that would be it for our first game of day 3. And the winner is Costa Rica. They come up with their first win for this tournament after suffering 2 difficult losses. And El Salvador takes another L in the FIBA U17 Centrobasket Championship. Lead scorers for Costa Rica is none other than Emmanuel Chiong, 15 points and a whopping 9 steals. Costa Rica out rebound El Salvador. Chiong is our leader for Costa Rica. Rios is our leader for El Salvador, both with 15 points each. Up next is Mexico versus Dominican Republic. And for you guys out there, follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on social media at FIBA and use the hashtag Centrobasket U17. And Group B, Day 3 results have been displayed on the screen. What a match by Costa Rica and El Salvador. Costa Rica getting their first W. Lead scorer Emmanuel Chiong.